As you know, the World Health Organization has declared the coronavirus outbreak a global health emergency. The National Security Committee of Cabinet is going to meet in Canberra again tomorrow to look at containing the virus here in Australia and also pushing on with the so far frustrated plans to evacuate Australian citizens from Wuhan back here via Christmas Island. Now, incredibly, Greens politicians and other activists, including the Australian Medical Association chief, have criticised the Christmas Island plan. They say it's inhumane to send people there. This is bizarre. It's a purpose-built centre with hospital facilities staffed by Australian experts on Australian territory. Yet we get this.
We feel that the repatriation to Christmas Island, to a place where there's been previously the focus of populations under enormous mental and physical trauma and anguish, is not a really appropriate solution, and we'll be calling on the PM and the relevant ministers to find a much more humane solution.
I suppose some of the damage is done by the media. I showed you yesterday how media were telling lies, claiming that young asylum seeker children are shadowed by armed guards on Christmas Island. They are not. So the political posturing and misinformation about anything or any facility connected to our border protection policies is always extreme. One activist, the former race commissioner on the Human Rights Commission, has amplified claims that it's somehow racist to send Australians to Christmas Island. He seems to presume that only non-white Australians would be in Wuhan, which seems rather racist. And after a summer when we've seen incredibly political rhetoric and a lot of political opportunism and divisiveness over bushfires, as I've just discussed with Jim Moland, with Green left politicians and activists using the bushfires to push their preferred climate policies, the politicking is continuing apace over the coronavirus.
I'm sorry to say this, but I'm frustrated at the lack of information coming from the federal government. If I was in Scott Morrison's shoes, I would be calling the Cabinet immediately today in Canberra and working on a national response. I think they should have an immediate meeting with the premiers, or at least have them on the phone hookup, so we can get the most up-to-date information.
Now, federal ministers and authorities have hit back at that spray, but surely if Anastasia Palaszczuk wants action or information, she should just pick up the phone to speak to the Prime Minister or the Health Minister. Instead, she shrieks at Canberra on breakfast television. You've got to worry about the standards of governance and respect in this country, don't you?